Hey guys, how's it going? I am back for another Golf Clash video here. This is going to be for the Pro Tournament. Now, the first thing I want to kind of just discuss briefly is about, bag setup. So we're going to a par 3 here. One of the things that I'm adamant about is kind of setting my bag before I get there. That keeps me 5 seconds less changing balls and figuring out what's going on. So what I'll do is, for this video, I am going to be doing Navigator. And, of course have Sniper on. For the most part, I am assuming I'm going to play this with Backbone for this tournament. Be a little bit more accurate. Let's take a look at Claw versus Thorn. Looks like I'm probably, It looks like I'm probably going to use Hornet, because I'm just not quite happy with my Thorn performance in terms of, accuracy level. I really want to make sure, especially for hole 2, that I have that short iron set up to where I can still get that with a high level of success. And you see, the only thing about my Hornet right now is I only have 3 bars of backspin, or roughly 3 bars. Well, thankfully, that's all I ever use, so it's just enough for me to be good. And here you're seeing my Endbringer, Nirvana I'll keep on, Spitfire, of course. Don't expect to be even using that part of my bag. I don't expect to be in the rough, and especially don't expect to be in the sand. So let's take a look at what my rock is. I got some pretty good power there, 94 accuracy. Let me take a look at this. I'm going to go with Thor's here for hole number 2, and then I might switch it out at a later period of time. So I'm going to keep this as my typical bag that I'm going to use, and let's just go ahead and get into some holes here. Of course, I haven't even downloaded the tournament yet. So let me briefly talk just about this first hole. One thing that you want to keep in mind is that it plays downhill, or off a cliff. The wind seems to kind of intensify on this hole. So for example, if I draw, and of course I'm going to use the Navigator to restrict it 25%. It's a relatively cheap ball, but my idea is for you guys is that you save these balls for the tournaments, and then this is the time that you get to pull a lot of especially the good ones, like the Titans. Kingmaker, of course, would be another decent ball for this. But you put the Navigator on for this hole to restrict the wind and give yourself the best chance to make it. Now, in one of the weekend rounds, maybe I'll put on a Santa ball, restrict it even farther, make me have to make less correction, increase the likelihood that I'll make it. So here you are going to see me go into Pro, and of course I'm not going to qualify today. I am just going to go over the shots for you guys. So here, let's dive right into hole number 1, see if we can't match up with somebody. And of course, I'm using the Sniper wood. That's going to give me the best possible chance to make precise calculations with the wind. So here, you're seeing with a Kingmaker, it's already at a 6. So I could basically anticipate mine's going to be more like a 7. Now, on a 7 wind, I'm probably going to go about 9 rings. It's just what I tend to do. And I might just do ever so slightly counter it back in order to kind of straighten out the line. I want that natural arc to kind of take in effect. I like playing that natural arc as opposed to having it swinging in left and then trying to anticipate kind of the way that it's coming in. It just makes it a little bit easier for me when it straightens out. And you see that's kind of what I was mentioning right there. It kind of has jerk spin to the right, and I like to take that out so it flows more natural. So what you're going to see me do here, and of course, you know, Navigator's my ball of choice. I'm right towards max here. That's the one thing to note. So, you know, in terms of ball wise, this is kind of the shortest that I can pull out. And here you see me. I'm going to go right about 4. And of course, my wind's kind of spot on 7, what I was just mentioning. I'm going to pull down 5 rings here. I'm going to go towards 9. And then, like I mentioned, even on top of that, I'm going to ever so slightly curl it back just to get it kind of going a little more natural. And there you're seeing me, unfortunately, shank it. So it's going to come in just a little bit left. So a little unfortunate luck there. I did that on my other account as well. I'm just not lucky today. Not playing my sniper very well. Timing's just a little bit off. And let's go ahead and get to the par 3 just in case the chance that they give me one of the other holes, and we can kind of take a little pre-look before we actually get to the hole itself. So I can discuss it a little bit beforehand, hopefully. But that's considering that they don't give us the exact same hole again, which could end up happening too. Okay, good. So here we're seeing a windy hole, and you're seeing the wind be downwind. This is actually relatively similar to what the tournament wind is. It'll probably be very close to that. And you're seeing here, I'm using about 4 backspin. Of course, I'm using full side spin. And, you know, I play it, I'm going to play more like I would usually go about 3 rings here, but I'm going to overplay that. I'm going to go at least 4 something. And on top of that, I'm going to have some curl. Of course, there I'm getting my perfect ball. And what that curl's going to do, I hit that little bump. That's going to take me out of the shot. But when I do it that way, if I don't hit that little rough, and what makes that rough happen, it looks like I'm going to just barely underplayed the wind. So that bounce hit more of that downslope on the first bounce. So it causes it to project at a little bit lower than what I was seeing on my ball guide. So that comes from underplaying the wind. So say I was playing that, it looked like about 4 point something, maybe 4.3. I needed to go maybe spot up on 5 there would have been perfect. So something to think about. It is downwind on this, and of course when you make that mistake on this hole, it virtually takes you out of the hole entirely. There's almost no way that I'm going to beat my opponent, because that's the safe route. But what happens is, if I actually hit that, if I don't hit that slope, I beat 3.81 every time. So that's kind of one of the advantages to going that way, as to why you even consider going that way. Because when it actually hits the green there and takes the hill, it's going to be closer than that every time. So the person that goes around right to left there has to be very accurate, because they'll have to be in there about 1 yard or 2 in order to beat your shot. So that's why you approach it that way. And with proper wind play, it's very easy shot. You know, it just, you know, first time seeing it, it might seem a little difficult for you, but the more, so, you know, I was kind of guessing, because I don't usually go for that. But since I knew the tournament's coming up, you'll see me do something very similar. And this time, you know, I'll make just an ever so slight different adjustment, and hopefully we'll have more success. So that's what's nice about that, is we got a little preview. So anyway, good luck with getting the ace on that first par 3. And I will see you guys for the second hole here momentarily. Good luck.